Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today we are playing Historic Mono Blue Color Challenge. It's the final match, the final deck, the final run for the Mono Blue Color Challenge in Throne of Eldraine, and I like doing crazy, wacky combos. So, we're playing Omniscience Flood of Tears in Historic. Flood of Tears, when you cast it with 4 permanents on the battlefield, lets you return all permanents to their owner's hand and put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. What better than the 10 mana Omniscience that lets you replay all your toys for free? And this deck has many toys. From Golden Egg drawing cards, Manifold Key making more mana with Gilded Lotus and Power Stone Shards, Saheeli and Narset cranking out servos, making copies of Power Stone Shards and diving into our deck while keeping the opponent from drawing cards. Renowned Weaponsmith lets us play our Gilded Lotus and Power Stone Shards early by tapping for 2 mana and just giving us more things to do with our mana. So this is a crucial turn 2 play for the deck. Fae of Wishes is the card that makes it all happen by going into our sideboard and getting more combo pieces. But CGB, what on earth is the win con? I get that you can bounce things and play a bunch of stuff for free. How do you win? Well, Granted goes over into the sideboard. We don't even run a win con in our main deck. We're so crazy. And it usually finds a few different things. There's a bunch of pieces here. Navigator's Compass gains a little bit of life. Negate keeps something bad from happening. Ashiok can take out a graveyard. You know, all of these have their place. But the actual 2, we could cut this sideboard honestly down to like 3 cards. Finale of Revelation, because sometimes we need to gas up our hand and make everything work. The other card is Folio of Fancies, which lets us draw our whole deck, potentially, when we're making millions and millions of mana running the combo, and can also mill out the opponent. But really what we do is we get Folio of Fancies, we draw our whole deck, and then we get Jace, the Wielder of Mysteries, deck ourselves for the win. So yeah, really this could be a 4-card sideboard. Folio, Negate, Jace, and Finale of Revelation are the only cards I've fetched. I believe I've fetched Mass Manipulation once before, and I can see where there might be a world where this is really helpful. But those are the cards you got to think of, and honestly, if you find these choices overwhelming, it can make sense just to cut this down to a 4 or 5 card sideboard while you're learning the deck and the combo. All right, the biggest obstacle of any free-to-play, of any stakeless queue, that is, like, Historic right now has no stakes. There's no ranked, there's no rewards. So the biggest risk in any of these queues is that our opponents will scoop the second we start doing cool stuff, and that nobody will let us show the combo. So hopefully this video doesn't end with a game against Sparky, but let's dive in and let the Mono Blue Color Challenge Historic nonsense begin. And here we go. We've got a key into an egg, a Saheeli, a Gilded Lotus that we can cast if we find another mana rock to ramp us, or a Weaponsmith. I think everything about this hand is a keep. I don't even think we play the key on turn 1. I'm probably going to egg on turn 2 just to have a better curve out, but saving the key to go with the Saheeli seems to make some sense. Our opponent's on a mulligan. Let's see where it goes from here. They've put 1 card back, and now we're off to the game, where Watery Grave leads for the opponent. Island off the top doesn't change our play, so the key can stay right here. Esper Control with Thought Erasure on turn 2 after a mulligan. Must be nice. Probably taking Saheeli. That's what I think I would take as the problem permanent, but we will see. Plenty of decisions to make when you Thought Erasure. You have to look at your hand, look at what you can deal with. Look at the opponent's hand, figure out which of those cards are the least likely for you to deal with. Look at the top card of your deck. See how it lines up with your hand. Decide whether to keep it on top or put it in the graveyard. For all these reasons, I both love and hate Thought Erasure. Alright. Well, we drew a Weaponsmith. It's going to be off curve. And there's a Narset for the opponent, which is super annoying, but fortunately we played our egg first. The opponent found another Narset with the Narset. Fae of Wishes could go get the card Granted, but I don't think that's particularly strong. So if we get out a Weaponsmith, at least the opponent might have to kill it before we attack a Narset or something of that nature. We could also play a Power Stone Shard and a Key. That doesn't really accomplish much. Also, do I really want to be attacking with a Weaponsmith if I can play Gilded Lotus next turn? Let's just focus on being the ramp. And being the ramp here, the best card we can play for it is the Smith and the Key. So that next turn we can play the Lotus off the Smith and untap it and probably unload the hand. The card we have to be worried about is this Narset. It does cut off our ability to use Granted to go fetch a card draw effect. So instead I just have to ramp up my mana and I guess use Arch on my opponent's turn to get ahead. It's weird. Anyway, our opponent gets Ashiok, which, well, we have a Fey right here, but obviously exiling key combo pieces with the Ashiok could be a big problem. Opponent keeps touching the Weaponsmith like it matters. Let's see what they do here. They're just going to mortify the Smith. Alright. Castle Vantress off the top. Trying to decide if I need to go... I think what we're going to have to do is mass manipulate our opponent's Planeswalkers. And when I'm going to use Fae of Wishes to go do that. Because I can't do it all in one turn. But if I show them right now what I'm up to... Of course, Thought Erasure gets me, but the sooner I use this, the sooner the Fae of Wishes ends up in the exile zone where it can't be future Thought Erasure, then it has another chance in the future. So it's weird, but I guess we gotta do it. So, just looking around to make absolutely sure, but pretty sure that we're just getting this, saying this is what we plan to do to you. Next turn we play the Gilded Lotus, so then in one more turn we get to use it. And see if the opponent can come up with another Thought Erasure in the meantime. At least force them to. Does Kanta go? Weird. If only they only have 2 cards in the graveyard. This is just to try to scry and hit the land drop, I suppose. Alright, let's power up the mana. And of course I can't mass manipulate in his Kanta. So now the opponent might just take this kind of slow road. Let's untap the Lotus. Because we can. And let's play this 1/4. Even though I can't get it back right now, we get the ability to use the Arch, and we might attack down the Narset just to open ourselves up to using Granted to go get Finale of Revelation. And there is a land, but it's tapped. So if last turn your play was search for his Kanta. Oh god, if there's a Legion's End, I might get really grumpy here. You might see Salty CGB counting up the mana I can create and saying go. Alright. Well, let's make hay while the sun is shining, as my mama used to say. And untap this. And use Granted to go fetch something. And it doesn't look like our opponent has a counter, or at least isn't ready to use one. We can go get this Negate if we like, and play a very slow game. I actually like this a lot. We can always Finale later, but with Negate in our hand, we can stop the next Planeswalker the opponent would attack. And we can start using the card draw from Arch of Erazka to just get ahead. Finish this Narset so we can draw more cards than that if we actually want to. We could play out second Fae, but I don't want to get it Wrathed. Did we land drop this turn? I don't think so. Let's go ahead and draw a card. And let's use all the artifact mana to do it, just in case the opponent has a way to bounce or interact with an artifact. It's much harder to interact with an untapped land. And if they can interact with the artifact, it would take us off our ability to cast Negate. What you got? Ashiok. I can let the opponent take 4 cards out of our library, then take the Ashiok. And when I take the Ashiok, I can exile their graveyard so they don't get to use their Iskanta. Mill yourself. Yeah, I see what you're going for. Exiles my graveyard, but there's nothing I'm going to miss much there. And maybe the opponent's thinking I just have to get my opponent to use Mass Manipulation, but I'm pretty happy to do it. Plenty of mana here. I could go for the Saheeli so I make a token as well, but I do have to watch out for the Elder Spell. So let's just do this for 1. Give me that. Then we use it on the opponent and take out their graveyard, along with some fun toys, so that their Iskanta does not flip. We could hold this so that we can bring back Fae. I guess we don't have the mana to draw a card and bring back Fae, though. It's not that important. And we'll say go. We'll draw a card with this Kanta. Or we'll scry. We'll see. I think drawing a card is better because we have the Fae of Wishes engine to think about. Another Narset. Yeah, we're going to negate that. And that leaves us with a scry. And the opponent's going to scoop it up. I'm sure they saw that negate coming, but the frustration of getting Ashiok themselves to death. No combo necessary. Just big mana and big spells. Yeah, we get down the Power Stone Shard and the Renown Weaponsmith, and Manifold Key doesn't make much mana, but maybe Saheeli will do some fun things. I think saving the key makes sense to trigger the Saheeli. So we're probably opening on Island, go, into Renown Weaponsmith, into Saheeli Key. Temple of Triumph will hit the scry button to the bottom. Here's our critter. Two mana for a 2-mana ramper is pretty good. Oh, looky there. Behold what we can do now. Untap. And Saheeli.
My creations are things of beauty.
You are a thing of beauty, Saheeli. Aww. Oh no, the opponent lightning struck the Weaponsmith. A turn too late, I might add. And the tap lands really bit them there. Now, I don't have any value right now, though. We're gonna have to draw some cards that matter. We can make a lot of mana, and we can Flood of Tears, but it doesn't do anything yet. So we need some top decks that do work, or we just need Saheeli to draw fire, make 1/1s, hold things down for a minute. Some kind of Boros control? Like, what am I dealing with? Let me show you this 1/1 attacker. Ha! That'll teach ya. How about another shard? The mana is big. A Fae of Wishes would be strong. Actually, anything like a Narset or an Egg, we could leverage Flood of Tears into more card draw. Demanding Dragon. Yeah, I'll sacrifice a creature to that. So if you don't sacrifice a creature, Demanding Dragon deals 5 damage to you. In case any of us have forgotten some of the lost artifacts of yesteryear in Historic, like Demanding Dragon. Here comes the Egg. We're going to use the Lotus to cast it. We might draw something or decide we want to go into Flood Zone, where using Saheeli to make like the servo into a shard makes the shards produce more mana. I don't know. Not saying it's brilliant. Yep, we're going into Flood Zone. All right. We don't want to do it just yet. How do I get enough blue mana? I have an Egg I can sacrifice, but I don't want to sacrifice it. So yeah, let's do this. Tap this for blue. We still have colorless in the pool. Play the Narset. Go fetch. Miss! It's okay, it'll be fine. Turn this into a shard. I should have done this before tapping the last shard, just in case. Make a whole bunch of mana. Do I want to play the second Saheeli for more? No. Alright. Flood of Tears. Resolve. Bounce everything. We've got 3 mana floating, and we get 1 permanent for free. Let's make that permanent the Gilded Lotus, so that we have as much mana as possible. Now we have 8 mana for the turn. Let's get the Saheeli back onto the field. So that we make a whole bunch of little 1/1s. Then I want my key. He can untap the Lotus. Then we play the Shard, probably. 1, 2, 3, 4. We play this, and then we have 4 more. Although we're not playing our colored spells this turn, that's okay. But we get the golden egg down. We can always sacrifice the egg for color fixing. You just don't want to unless you have to. Unless you really, really have to. And we drew a Granted, so we can go get a powerful spell from the sideboard. Could also just fetch Omniscience and start making everything free. Sarkhan. Sarkhan can make 2 mana and recast the dragon this turn. Boros Dragons. But instead we're discarding a card and drawing. The Spitflame hits the yard. Our opponent's digging for something, and it's Deafening Clarion. Goodbye, servos. Yeah, that works. Alright, we have a ton of mana. Let's make it count. Hold on. Before we do that. This here golden egg is going to turn into one of these.
Genius is as genius does.
See how much mana we can make here. And go fetch Finale of Revelation. So that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And that's, you don't want to watch me draw 14 cards. Fair. I can appreciate that. I understand. It's a showdown. Thelona is a streamer. He does more streaming than YouTubing, I think, now. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I haven't been on his channel in a minute. But he definitely is a longtime friend. He played Magic Duels when I played Magic Duels. Oh, yeah. It's on. I had thought he had moved mainly to streaming, but I haven't seen him stream that much, so maybe he's back to doing more YouTube. I'm going to have to check that out. But he's turn 1 elfing, which normally he plays decks that I associate him with, like, weird control decks that just, like, try to suck the soul of the enemy to live. So I'm anticipating an epic fight here today. But our curve is good. We have to draw another land so that we go Shard into Lotus. But then the mana is all online. But here's Nissa who shakes the world, and that's just game. Flood of Tears does not return lands to the owner's hand. God, when did he become so no fun? Anyway, like, there's nothing I can do about the Nissa. I'm just dead. Ignite the Beacon. Search your library for 2 Planeswalker cards. Okay. I want to see what he cooks up. He's a very good deck builder. He's a weird deck builder, but he's good. He makes stuff that I wouldn't make. And here's a Johnny, and here is Ugin. And here we go. It's all happening here. Oh, I'm learning humility. It's coming at me quickly and with a lot of teeth. Humility is just my middle name here. Forgot to put a counter on the Grazer. Strict misplay. This is how I cope. And we missed the land drop. Oh. Alright. Drew one of those. If we block here, take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because of this. 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I don't think we live. So, I'm not going to play another Weaponsmith. Just gonna mess around here until priority passes. Yeah, not the exciting game I hoped for. Something about turn 3 Nissa, I guess, does that to you. Yeah, we have no mana rock. If we draw a Power Stone Shard or a Weaponsmith in the top, like, X many, this hand is really good. If we don't, this hand is really bad. Oh, what the hell. If I get run over, so be it. Our opponent does take a mulligan, but we're going to draw a Weaponsmith, and that's going to be fine. Everything's going to be great. Ha! I'll take that. That definitely counts. Thelona trash talking me on the internet now. I must defend my honor, okay? We're going for the weaponsmith. Our opponent drops a rat colony. All right. The rats are coming. All right, yeah, Knight of the Ebon Legion is not bad. Here we go, though. Let's power this baby up. I think this is gonna be okay. We're gonna see. Hold on, Thelona is still trash talking me. I'm gonna let him know that it takes a genius deck builder like you to prove that turn 3 Nissa is good. Winky face, tongue out emojis. There. Do not appreciate, if you want some of this trash talk for yourself, you might want to check out my Discord, where Thelona also hangs out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Crap. This is short, isn't it? No, it's not short for Flood of Tears. I keep on thinking I have to cast the Omniscience. I don't. I just have to cast the Flood of Tears. Alright, so we go like this. Everything comes back. We get to put a free card down because we got 4. And we put this. And this. And this. And we draw this card. No. Oh, we never ascended? We're actually short a permanent for ascending? That sucks. Anyway, now we aren't. Hoi! Sweet. Get on down. No way to draw any more cards this turn, though, so we have to say go. We'll be drawing 2 cards a turn, but our opponent will be playing infinite power, basically. Just endless rats. Oh, Ayara and rats. No, he might burn us out. We're in trouble. The card off the top is another Flood of Tears. Oh my goodness. Game is insane. All right. What to do? Do we draw first? Yeah, because we might hit a Narset or something that we want to use with the Flood. Let's use all of our artifact mana to do it, though. Wah! Behold the mana. I probably shouldn't use the shard just in case I draw a shard, but I don't think it matters too much. Alright. If we bounce everything, what do we actually gain from that? Our opponent just has to cast these again. They don't get an attack step. I guess we get a bunch of servos from our Saheeli. That's not terrible. Put the Omniscience on the battlefield, because otherwise things ain't free. And then lead with Saheeli this time, as opposed to playing it last, and we get a whole bunch of servos. So we've got 2 mana that can only be used for artifacts and activating artifacts here. That's not great. But we get to replay all of our toys and say go, and we get to enjoy the love that is surely coming from Ayara trying to burn us out. We need to combo off. I'm gonna put an upkeep stop here too in case we want to scry on upkeep if this first scry doesn't work out. What do we need? We need Granted. Granted would be good. Narset I would accept. Down to 6. Down to 5. Bay of Wishes. Let's go. Can we combo off from here? We have Omniscience and Bay of Wishes. If I can't combo off, I don't deserve to be playing the Magic. Let's do this thing. Granted. I think that it's an easy... Oh, we could turn everything into... No, that's not good. I mean, it's a lot of mana, but it's not good. Yeah, I think it's a finale. See how much mana we can generate here. We get to untap 5 lands, so don't worry too much about using the land. And this is for 13. we can't use the other side to play it for free. We do have to pay mana for this to work out. Hoi. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do have a Flood of Tears. This is probably good. For game, I mean. I know it's good. There's a Narset, yep. We'll see if this opponent, with his rap memeing, wants to, his or her rap memeing, wants to let us go the distance on the combo and show all the madness that we have. Let's put this onto the battlefield so that we get it back with our Flood. Key. 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 Other Narset. Dig. Another Flood. Untap a Lotus. Untap a Lotus. Make a blue. Untap a Lotus. Make a blue. Minus. Turn this into a Lotus. Tap it for the blue. Because we want to just have all the artifact mana before we Flood. And then here we go. And so, yeah, from there, I think we make enough mana to go get the Folio of Fancies, draw the deck, cast another Granted, go get the Jace, end the game. Vampire of the Dire Moon, huh? I'll get the key down. When I have a Saheeli, I hold it. When I don't, because I never know when I'll need the extra mana. You don't want to come up a mana short because you held onto your Manifold Key because you might draw one of your Saheelis. Turn to Priest, okay. Opponent's going to get to have their fun. There's no question about that. But I won't be giving the Priest much to do. Never mind. I don't actually want the Smith blown up at all. We are a long way. We got to find a Gilded Lotus, and we have to ramp it right on time and hope that we get to do that before we die. Oh, God. People in this. This and people. It is just the way of the frickin' world right now. I guess I'll put out the Narset. That way, if the opponent attacks the Narset, at least I get a little bit of a break. And I'll just keep playing Narsets until I get the Gilded Lotus. Also, we're moving for that Flood of Tears, of course. Look at this Master of the Cat combo. Complete with sound effect. Alright, you got some small little black critters. What are you gonna do with them? Attack the Narset down. Okay. Well, if Narset's alive on 1, then activating the Priest won't draw you a card. So this is a good enough reason, I guess, to play a Weaponsmith. The opponent might actually sacrifice their creatures, draw a card, and have it not work out. They are stuck on 2 land. So not everything is going perfect for our cat friend. Ouch. I mean, yeah, that's a card you can play in Historic that everybody's forgotten. I wonder, collectively speaking, how many years do you think players of the Cauldron Familiar decks will add to their life sacrificing it to Witch's Oven every end step, or multiple Witch's Ovens when those show up? That's... I kind of want to know. Like, what have you done, Wizards? Man, I don't even have a way to make an extra mana. These keys have done me no favor. But I guess we'll play this Narset.
I have practiced against many foes alike.
See what we can do. Still no Gilded Lotus, but we found a Flood of Tears. The opponent, if they take the time to kill our Narset, means the Flood of Tears won't get us back anything special. Well, we won't be able to put Omniscience on the battlefield, is what I mean. We have to have 4 permanents to do that. So we have to see, does our opponent kill the Narset here? Or do they just kill us? Our life total is definitely in range. We're over half dead. well over halfway dead. Yeah, they do. They see it. Smarty pants. Okay. Thinking about if I wanted to sacrifice the golden egg for life here, but I still want to get a Flood of Tears Omniscience to happen. Let's draw something to resolve. Okay. What do you do? There isn't much in the sideboard that can help me here, but I can play the Saheeli and play the 1/4 and make the opponent deal with 2 things. I don't think they can kill the Saheeli from 5 loyalty. So yeah. Let's go for it. I do think my Fae ends up dead, which sucks. We did really need this. I think we're going to end up like a permanent off in this game. Another cast down. Must be nice. But the opponent doesn't have enough damage to kill the Saheeli. This is gonna get tense. Can they find a way? They're going face. Down to 4. Anything you play that's a permanent is going to be bounced. Another land. Alright. I have one of those too. Let's see. I could turn a key into an egg to sacrifice it for life, but then I wouldn't get the omnisciency thing. So there's nothing really for this to do except for flood the board with tears. The opponent gets to run the cat combo again. Oh, Wizards, what have you done? Alright, Omniscience into play. Saheeli Rai into play.
What an interesting creature.
Let's see what we draw with our egg. It would be nice if it were something really good. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. But we get some tokens, and we kind of get this reset on the board. We do have a card draw and scry engine available now. I do suspect an upkeep scry is the best. The opponent's going to try to burn us out. They've got oven, they've got cat. They have another oven, they have this, which can also pay life, but we have a golden egg, and we can turn servos into a golden egg. Alright, let's go ahead and scry, because we get to see 2 cards this way. Jeez, deck had it in for us. But look at there. Alright. Let's go ahead and turn this servo into this egg. What a monster! They play so much removal in their deck. It's really upsetting. Just a ton of tiny spot removal. It's so bad in some matchups, but here it is, looking lovely. Alright, let's go ahead and gain the life before anything gets out of hand. Because if we let ourselves go to 1 and leave like something on the stack, the opponent might stack some triggers and beat us with them. Four, 3, 2, 1. Don't think we're quite dead. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. But I also don't think I have the tools to win next turn, so I do think we're going to die. And that will do it. That will do it. And another oven. Oh, wow, I guess if you draw that perfectly, what can you do? What can you actually do? They drew like another perfect 2 cards, but it didn't matter. They just needed 1 point. Let's be a bro and untap their oven for them so they can go harder. And that'll do it. Two weaponsmiths. We'll see what that turns into. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully we draw a Gilded Lotus. Fae of Wishes. Don't know if that's going to translate very well. I guess we could, what, go get a Karn? Nah, this doesn't cast Karn. But it does cast Power Stone Shard. Which we just top decked like a boss. More weaponsmiths. Let's see if the opponent has a way to kill them all. Plague Crafter. Well, that'll kill something. Gilded Lotus. That is a good draw. Let's go ahead and run it out here. And let's use Granted. And what are we fetching? We have 3 permanents. A 4th permanent makes the flood work, so we could just get the Omniscience and be ready to go next turn. Unfortunately, we don't have many cards. Like, we really don't have a lot of cards to run the engine. So I'm going to get the Finale. Try to draw a whole bunch of cards next turn. At least that's my plan. Grr. Another island off the top. I guess we play the Fae. And we play the Flood. Oh, I forgot to add mana to my mana pool, my bad. Yeah, then I would have been able to cast Granted again. Oh, that's a bit of a letdown right there. But I guess we'll get the Shard online so that we're ready for next turn. The opponent will play this again, probably take the Finale, but then we can Fae into something. Buggle Rat. Yeah, okay. Discard Tribal and Black-White. Why not? So what do we get? I think I'll just get the Folio. If the opponent doesn't specifically destroy it, it can add up to a whole bunch of cards and be the win con itself. So we'll see if the opponent has removal for it. Safer on the board than in the hand against this deck. Now, the white makes me think there might be solutions to permanents like this, a Conclave Tribunal or something, which that would suck, but I'll take the risk. Chupa. Alright. You think it's one of those black-white Lumbering Battlement decks? Well, let's help him out. Draw 2 cards each. More weaponsmiths. Alright. Let's get on the board with you. And kick it on over. Let's keep this on the exile pile. We could have discarded 2 cards and done that whole loopy thing, but I don't think we could have played anything very expensive or particularly good here. Here's the Chupacabra. I'm okay if the opponent wants to pay 4 mana for that. Uh-huh. Yeah, this looks like a Lumbering Battlement deck for sure. And we'll see if the opponent is ready for their combo next turn, which I think would be like Portal Battlement to abuse all this over and over and over. Sure. You better be ready. I've been feeding you cards. Let's go. No maximum hand size with this thing, by the way. All the fun in the world. Let's see what we find with the Narset before continuing. Of course. Why wouldn't it be? By the way, Folio Narset engaged, which can be a pretty fun combo. Eight mana still to go. See what we find with this egg. Omniscience. It's good for next turn if we make it that far. If the opponent doesn't pick our hand apart. I'm trying to think if I just want to put the Fae of Wishes down or if I want to draw the cards. I think the Fae of Wishes would die, which is my... I really don't want it to die. I'd rather have it around for future events. Let's get another golden egg out. And let's draw some cards on with the folio. And yeah, see if the opponent can combo me out here. They'd need a way, like... Yeah, they'd need a way to somehow burn me like a Corpse Knight. And I don't think that's gonna be there. Here comes the pain.
I won't forget our time.
Bye-bye, Narset. But I am ready for next turn. Oh, yes, I am. Okay. Eldest Reborns. Kill the Weaponsmith. Kitesail Freebooter. You can take an Omniscience, you can't take both. One way or another, I'm getting all the mana my heart desires. Alright. Hold on to your butts. Hooah! Everything's free. There's the flood. Alright, let's make some mana. I guess I can draw 2 cards with that mana, or I can just save this activation for later. Right now, what's it do? I guess we just do the 2 cards. Save this mana, just in case. Just in case there's something we want to do with it. Shard? More mana. Yeah, I think we're pretty darn close here to folioing out. Let's play this out of the exile so that we get it back with the flood. Then we put the Omniscience onto the battlefield. And cast the other Omniscience for 0, which comes up sometimes. If you didn't see my other Omniscience video, it's a thing. We got the finale back, but I don't think we're going to need it. Alright, I've got to try to play fast. I don't want my opponent to scoop. Can I draw 30 cards this way? Not quite. I guess... Oh man, I should have grabbed the flood there. Flood makes more mana than a Gilded Lotus. There we go. Egg, all the shards, okay. I don't really care if I have a token or not. We can go turn this into a shard. Well, great question. So what is there, 27 cards here? Can I do it for 27? Is there that much mana? Can I do it for 25? 25 is all I need, actually. Pay 50? No? No 50? All right. Let's see what we can do. All right, well, that's at least 30. No? 20? 15? 30 mana is 15. Me and my math, man. That's fine. It's so unfair. Oh, now we've got to resolve all this stuff. Anyway, I'll show the opponent the win con. Hopefully they stick around and see the whole combo go off, because that's fun. That's fun for the peoples. $12 cards left. Almost there. Do I have a finale right here? I do have a finale somewhere, right? It was here. All right. Is that enough? 9 cards left. Yeah. All right. We found somebody kind enough. Thank you, Iron Peak, for letting us go through the combo. Oh, wait. Crap. That actually reshuffled the graveyard. I forgot. I forgot how that card works. Too excited. Too excited. I guess I'll have to do it the hard way. You just have no idea how many games I play to try to find somebody to let me play it out, and I just really don't want them to leave. I'm paying the 1 so that it doesn't hold priority, so it plays faster. If there's a mana in your mana pool, priority is automatically held. Little tip for everybody. So we need the means for 20 mana. Easy. Magic is easy, just make 20 mana. Where's my other shards? Where are they? Where'd they go? Folio. Folio, the great killer of many a mage. Hold on. Let's make sure Jace is on the battlefield. That would have been the most epic loss of all time, I think. Okay. Got 'em. And that is the combo. I hope you enjoyed this trip into Historic. Honestly, the Historic videos, like 1 per color challenge, are what I look forward to the most. It seems like there's a bit more opportunity for combo, interesting matchups, games I haven't seen 100 times. I really like them, so I hope you enjoy them as well. Thanks to our sponsor, Cool Stuff Inc. Please help me out by clicking the Cool Stuff Inc. link in the description and trying the promo code CGB5 for a discount on your order. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video, where we will be launching in to the green color challenge. Goodbye.